The change. I came from a community where the women had no say in almost all decision making. Growing up, the girls were made to have only primary education, and the boys could attend primary and secondary school and then learn a skill. My name is Halima, and my elder brother Audu. We were very close, and we had each other's back. I didn't like our culture. Every day, I felt like running away. But to where? I always asked myself. My mother was not even encouraging. Every day, I watched her struggle to smile with my baba. She was very hardworking. She had her business. She grew granules and other vegetables in her large farm, which was given to her by her father as her marriage gift. I never saw her happy, even as a successful woman. She exported her groundnuts and she had people working for her. Still, she had no freedom for herself. I didn't want to be like her. My mama was in her 30s, yet she looked 60. I had my primary education. I wanted more, but that was my business. As for my family, that was the best they could give me. The next thing was marriage, and the marriage wasn't my choice to make. My baba was to make all the decisions for me. My mama was to concur and prepare me for it. How cruel. I turned 15 years old in April 27, 2022. That was the age you must get married. I grew up fast and beautiful. Even in my long regalia, my body curves were massive and visible. I knew I was blessed, and all the men in my community admired me. My friends, some liked my body, while some showed jealousy. But that was by the way. I spoke good English because I watched different movies and educative programs, and I learned how to browse using my brother's phone. I was not allowed to have a phone for myself. Oh, I learned so much, but still, I wanted more in life. One day, my baba called me to the sitting room. He was there, seated with my elder brother Audu. I also sat, but on the floor, to show respect. And he started talking. My daughter, you have grown into a beautiful woman. All my friends admire me. You know in my community that you are ripe for marriage. So, I want you to get prepared because you will soon be married. I have already made all the arrangement. Your mother and your aunties will prepare you for the day. That is all I want to tell you. I am off to the field to inspect my cows. He stood up and left. Just like that. Ha! I looked up and looked at my brother, who was already looking at me with pity in his eyes. He stood up and came to sit beside me. As he held me close to his shoulder, I was filled with anger, and I could have strangled my baba to death. How he had no atom of respect and conscience. I cried and cried, cursing nature for giving me such cruel father and community. But my brother kept on encouraging me, giving me words of hope, even when he knew he could do nothing about it. It was what it is. Few days later, my mama came to my room. She sat close to me. I could feel her sadness, but she was helpless. And she said, "My beauty," as she fondly called me. "I know it how hard it is for you to accept your fate. I can't do anything. It's been the culture for ages. Look at me. It also happened to me. Mine was even worse. My parents were not educated at all, and so it was harder for me. I lived a life of sadness up to this day. I feel pity, but I felt pity and disgust for her. I stood up from the bed where I sat beside her and spoke to her with anger. I don't want to end up like you, Mama. I want to be a free woman, making choices for myself. At least I have learned a lot. We all deserve freedom. I don't want to be married now, and not to a man I don't know and love. I don't want any of this, I cried. My mama stood up and held me close, crying too. She had no more words for me, only if she wanted to lie to me. After a while, she left my room because she heard my Baba calling out her name, meaning he was back from the field. On the wedding day, our house was filled with aunties, uncles, cousins, and relations. Our house was big enough. It had up to 15 rooms, all in suit. Everyone had something to do. Busy, busy everywhere. I loved how colorful everywhere looked. My body was decorated with our local lalle leaves. My aunties drew lovely flower patterns. It was a tradition for all newly wedded wives. It's our local tattoo. The dress I wore gummed to my skin and showed every curve God gave to me. I was looking very beautiful. Everyone admired me. Even my barber was proud of my beauty. Everything was going well until the groom approached with his people. At first, I thought it was a young guy, just like my elder brother, who was 23 years old. But to my utmost disappointment, he was a grown man, way older than me. Why did my Baba do this? Why is my Baba so heartless? I asked myself. As he was introduced to me as my husband, my face turned sour and everything became useless to me. But who was I to complain? It was already too late for that. The wedding came to an end and it was time for the new couples to go home. As the driver drove us home, I was silent the whole time, with my face looking hard like a rock. I noticed how my husband looks at me, as if he wanted to say something. But instead, I turned to him and asked him straight, "Why did you come to marry me? Don't you think you are too old to be my husband?" I asked, with no fear in my voice at all. His name was Omar. Then he answered me with a gentle voice. "I may be looking old, but I'm not too older than you. I am just 28 years old, and I can take good care of you, my Amaria." I was shocked. I looked at him again. He was looking way older than his age, but he was handsome and rich. But that was not my problem. My new home was beautiful and big, with modern facility and a maid. Our first night together, I slept on the couch in the bedroom, and I could feel his uneasiness while he slept alone on the bed. I wanted him to know that I was not like other weak women. This continued for weeks until one day he voiced out, and this time with a hard tone and seriousness in his eyes. "Kai, Maya Maria, am I not good enough? Or am I stinking that you deny me my statutory right? What is wrong with you, Amaria?" He asked in anger, and I fired back. "I hate to get married. I want to go back to school. This is not the life I want, I said. For a minute, he was calm. Is that the problem? He asked. And I said yes. So he promised he would grant my wish. And so that night, I gave him my body. Months passed and nothing happened. Then a year later, I became pregnant. He was very happy and didn't bring up my going back to school discussion again. One day, I reminded him about it. He then promised to do so as soon as I gave birth. I was delivered of a baby boy after some months. My mother came around to take care of me and the baby. She did a very good job because in no time I was strong and fit again. And when she left, I brought out my school issue again with my husband. But this time, he became furious and demanded that no school for me, that I should stay home and take care of our son. I was bitter. I had been fooled. But instead of crying, I strategized on how to free myself. I stopped giving him my body, which I knew would anger him. I got engaged in online schooling, and sometimes I sneaked out to attend lessons. I joined career talk group online. All this happened without my husband's knowledge, and in no time I was fully informed. I had acquired a degree, so my fears were lessened. I also got a job as a production manager in a manufacturing company. One day, I told my husband about it. He almost fainted, asking when I did all this right under his roof. He regretted ever not paying attention to whatever I was doing. And he said, I didn't handle you with an iron fist because I love you, he said, still surprised. Now that you are more educated, you want to leave me and go for younger men? He said. But I tried to educate him, to make him understand that it was only a job and that I had a dream I was pursuing. But he was too difficult to have a conversation with. This resulted to a fight. My parents were alerted. My Baba was furious and threatened to deal with me. But I was too determined to back down. And so, one night, I packed a few of my things and left, leaving my son in the care of the maid, whom I told to take him to my mama's house. I went straight to Abuja to take up the new job. The news spread in my community. Everyone gossiped. My parents bared the shame. After all, they caused it. I heard that my parents waited and my husband also waited for me to come back. But I didn't. My son was safe with my mama, and my elder brother got married and lived happily with his wife. Hope you enjoyed the stories. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more interesting stories.